Hey there, good morning everyone. Wednesday the 15th of February 2023. This morning's devotional is a reading from the book of Matthew chapter 20 verse 28, which reads, "Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many." When people are in power, they threaten, intimidate, bully, and seek to control those around them. Jesus in his teaching reminds us that we are not to follow the ways of the world or even those of power-hungry people. We are to be servants, and by following the example that Jesus left us, we can learn to be more like him by adopting his servant attitude. But it is not easy. All our relationships, from parental, marriage, ministry, education, the teacher and the student, need to be changed from control and manipulation to the focus on serving others, helping people to flourish, and empowering everyone to honor, worship, and follow Christ. In Scripture, we also have those who were power hungry and desired praise and honor. In Mark chapter 10, verse 37, we have James and John coming to Jesus and asking for positions of honor when Jesus comes into his kingdom. Their selfish ambition to be recognized as the greatest of the disciples gives us a very good indication that they had not yet understood the nature of God's kingdom. I wonder how many people today still think that prominence in God's kingdom is based on position, power, and authority. In the Old Testament, we have the story of King Saul, David, and Jonathan, King Saul's son. King Saul was the king of Israel, and David was his successor who was appointed by God himself. Jonathan, Saul's son, would have been next in line to succeed the kingship when his father died or left the throne. Yet look at the dynamics of this relationship. Saul wanted to control with power and held on to that position with all his might. Jonathan could have adopted the same attitude as his father and gotten rid of David, who in today's terms would have been deemed as a massive threat. Yet the same Jonathan and David became such good friends that Jonathan worked alongside David and frustrated his father Saul. In 1 Samuel chapter 18 verse 4, we have three things coming out of the next 2-3 readings that indicate the attitude and the relationship of David and Jonathan, as well as them serving each other. So in 1 Samuel chapter 18 verse 4, we read that Jonathan gave David his clothes and military equipment. And the significance of this gift was that Jonathan recognized that David would one day be the king of Israel. Rather than being jealous or envious, Jonathan submitted to God's will and sacrificed his own right to the throne. Number 2, in 1 Samuel chapter 19, verses 1-3, we read of Jonathan's loyalty toward and defense of David. King Saul told his followers to kill David, and Jonathan rebuked his father and recalled David's faithfulness to Saul when he killed Goliath. And in 1 Samuel chapter 20, we read of a plan concocted by Jonathan to reveal his father's plans toward David. Theirs was a relationship of serving each other, not for what they could get out of the relationship, but rather for the benefit of the other party. My dear friends, we see that service and serving others involves loyalty, sacrifice, and compromise. It is for our own benefit that we serve, because then we take the focus off ourselves and begin looking at other people who could benefit more from our service. A mouthful this morning, yes, I know. May the Lord be with you. May he bless you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be with you always. Goodbye.